guys, and welcome back to another Thaumcraft tutorial with me, Bashful Brit. Today we're going to be going over a couple of the different tools that you can get with Thaumcraft. Besides the wands, there's some actual physical tools, as you can see nicely arranged behind me. And there's also a weapon as well. There's a bow down there. We might cover that in its own complete episode because there's 6 different arrows for it and they all do different things, so we can cover all of them together in a later episode probably. But for the time being we're going to be going through all of these. So we've got the Sword of the Zephyr. I cannot remember what the pickaxe is called. So we got Sword of the Zephyr, Pickaxe of the Core, and we've got the shovel, which is Shovel of the Earth Mover. We've also got the Axe of the Stream and the Hoe of Growth. These are all very cool little tools and very useful as well. We're just going to quickly change, actually no, we'll be fine. I was going to say we'll change game mode, but we'll be fine in creative. So these are all pretty basic to make. Not too hard whatsoever. Sword of the Zephyr, really great sword. Quickly going to go over what it actually does. Basically it's a sword of wind, sort of wind energy, air energy. Merge the elemental fury of air shards with Thorium's sword. When used to strike a foe, the blade will sweep in a wide arc, hitting additional foes near your main target. So this is fantastic if you're getting like swamped or something and you got loads of mobs coming at you towards, like, in front of you. It doesn't have like a great radius, probably like 40-50 degrees, something like that. But if you attack one, it'll hit like 2 either side of it, or something can give them a bit of damage as well. While blocking, the sword will conjure a sphere of whirling rings around you, pushing enemies and loose objects away and deflecting incoming projectiles. So this is again great if you're facing skeletons and they just keep pinging you back. You just block with the sword and you keep advancing towards them. It will push away any projectiles. It will also push enemies back and any loose objects. So if you've got loose objects on the floor, you can shove them away. Not sure what use that would be. What else? And yeah, pushing the enemies back. We'll see how well it does that in a bit. You've got a base damage of 7 attack damage on this. I believe you'd probably be able to enchant it, I believe. So it's not too bad, a base damage attack of 7. While blocking, it will also slowly lift you into the air. So this one is pretty simple to make. Basically, you're going to need to start off with a Thorium sword, which is just a stick and 2 Thorium ingots. And to get these, let's have a quick look here. It's in alchemy, I believe. Yes, it is. Metal military. So this is just done in a crucible with an iron ingot and some precantatio, 4 precantatio to be precise. I believe I've showed you alchemical construct in the past, so that's pretty easy to get hold of. Iron's pretty commonly found as well. And then yeah, just whack this on your infusion altar. So you need to be in the infusion altar stage for this to be able to work. And then you just grab yourself a diamond on one pillar and with an air shard opposite it, and then parallel, like the exact opposite on the 2 other sides, is a great wood log and an air shard. So that'd be here in that corner, that corner, and that corner, or here and here, here and here. Either or with your Thorium sword in the middle. You're also going to need 8 air files with Essentia. You're going to need 8 Essentia. So that's basically, yeah, you're just going to need 8 in a jar for that, sorry. 8 Motus and 8 Potentia, which isn't too bad at all. Actually, think about it now, they take 8 each. You technically need 1 vial of each. But I put 8 there just to show you the values. So we'll quickly grab this sword and have a quick play around with it. So if we block with this, it'll lift us into the air. You can also use that to negate any fall damage that you receive. So if you're falling down from, like, let's say great height, I don't know how far up we're going to be able to go. and you don't want to take full damage, just hit this thing just before you hit the floor and it'll basically reset your full damage for you, which is pretty cool. Let's see if we can find a group of mobs. Have a look. This one here should suffice. Maybe might have to change game mode for this, but we'll just quickly have a look. Grab ourselves some skeletons. And we're just going to go... Okay, maybe if we take peaceful off, then spawn in some skeletons. See, as you can see there, I hit one of them and it hit the other ones around it, which is fantastic if you're being swamped. What are the other features of this? So let's quickly grab a skeleton as well. Just want to show you the projectiles thing as well. Place this down. Okay, that should push away projectiles. There you go. So I don't think you got to hold it, because obviously it's going to put you up in the air. But if you block him while it's in a certain radius, you can do it. So it's going to take some timing and stuff like that, but it is doable. Let's just change that back to peaceful, because we don't like mobs running around the place. So that's the Sword of the Zephyr. Really, really cool sword. I've used it a lot before. Definitely not what I wanted to push then. And we're just going to quickly show you one last bit, and that's just the pushing items away thing. So it's not going to push them a great deal, but it'll still push them. Unfortunately, it seems to throw you up in the air at the same time while doing that, so it's not the greatest mechanic. It used to have a really good one where you used to be like, if you were falling and you right click, it would basically do like a feather falling thing and gradually descend you, which I thought was a lot cooler personally, but you know, whatever. So put that one back in there. So that's that one. Next one we're really looking at is the Axe of the Core. So this one is going to require a thaumium pickaxe, standard vanilla pickaxe recipe using thaumium ingots, any kind of stick that you fancy. And then this one is going to be, it's going to be the same sort of setup. I think it's the same sort of setup all the way along with the great wood log and the diamond, just completely different shards. So this one is going to be fire and fire. You need 8 ignis, 8 perfidio, which is the mining one, and then 8 census, which is the one with a little owl on it. Let's have a quick look at this one here. So by infusing when you mine ore blocks, there is a chance you'll mine a cluster instead. Native clusters are much easier to process and produces double the normal amount of metal when smelted. So you can go mining with this and it'll give you like clusters instead of like an ore. So normally you get an iron ore, you get an iron cluster, which will give you twice as much. It would end up giving you twice as much ingots from it. It can also be used to sand out any surface you right click against to find out what valuable materials can be found nearby. If shift is held when using the tool, ooh, right, so basically with all these weapons as well, if you hold shift it will basically just do its normal job. Well, let's go have a look. I've got something set up over here, so with the mining ball, which we're not going to use, but I'm not going to use just yet. But we're going to go mining. Let's go game mode 0. See if we can get some clusters. There you go, we've got a cluster. Got another cluster, got another cluster, got another one. So there's a pretty good chance of getting a cluster off of these things by the looks of it. Maybe just be different for iron. There you go, another cluster. Ingot. Or. Let's have a quick go on the gold here. Normal gold. Normal gold. Normal gold. So it's pretty cool though. You can get the chance of getting better stuff with it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got 5 normal clusters and 10 of that. So for no extra cost, I believe you can chant all of these as well. But for no extra, whoops. There we go. Game mode updated. fantastic. So quickly chuck that and that and that and that. So that's the core one, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure how it works about sanding out valuable things nearby. Okay, that looks pretty cool. So this is apparently classed as valuable. Clay and other stuff is classed as valuable. Quartz I can understand, but clay, really? Somehow that's valuable. Unless it's just pinging everything. No, it's pinging only certain blocks. So I'm not sure how that one works out too well either. We'll chuck that one back in there. Once again, all has to be done on the infusion table to get these pretty cool tools. Next one we're going to be doing is Shovel of the Earth Mover, which is basically a thaumium shovel, but another recipe with a thaumium ingot. I'm going to be using earth shards instead of the other shards, diamond and great wood in the same place, and these only require 8 Fabrico and 16 Terra. So instead of 3 different types of 8, it's a 1 lot of 8 and 1 lot of 16, and that will give you the Shovel of the Earth Mover. This is a pretty nifty little shovel here, combining when used to dig earth, sand and similar materials, it'll dig a 3x3 area. If you right click the side of a block, it'll attempt to place a 3x3 section of the same material in the world, as long as you use significant blocks in your inventory. So okay, I was like, what's going on? And I realized what game mode I was in. There you go. 3x3, 3x3, plant. Awesome. Brilliant material. Just quickly, I'm really OCD about this kind of stuff. There we go. Sorry. So yeah, that's the Shovel of the Earth Mover. You can dig things and plant things, so as long as you've got the same material. It's basically like a builder's wand. So it'll fill things in for you, which is pretty cool if you're trying to like terraform or something. That's a really handy shovel to be having. So that's a pretty cool one. That's pretty much all there is to that one. Axe of the Stream, I do actually love this one. This one's pretty cool if you don't have Tinker's Construct lumber axes yet. Basically it takes 2 water shards and functions like a normal axe on all materials except natural logs. So logs that you place isn't going to do it too, which is where the lumberer's axe falls a little bit short for me. And yeah, so natural logs and trees, when used on them, the axe seeks the furthest block of the same type that is still connected to the block you're attempting to harvest, and harvest that one instead. And then in effect chop trees from the top down, even if you hit the bottommost block. If you press and hold right click, the axe will harvest at a much faster speed at a greater cost to durability. So once again, we're going to pop out this game mode. I don't know why I keep going back to normal. So we got this one here. You got your standard sort of pickaxing rate there. We're quickly going to go over to this one and actually see how much faster it is. Okay, so that has gone like a hell of a lot faster. So because you're going to use up a lot more durability. Depends how much of a rush you're in, and if you really want the sort of use the extra durability for that. I mean, you can put like, I'm pretty sure there's repair enchantments and stuff that you can have, and it'll repair itself and whatnot. So that's pretty nifty. It's a pretty cool tool. I've used that quite a lot myself. And yeah, again, with all of these, if you hold shift, it will act as a normal tool. I don't really need to show you how a normal pickaxe, shovel and axe work though, really. So the last one we've got is the Hoe of Growth, which is going to be 2 thaumium ingots, 2 sticks, and that's going to make you thaumium hoe. And then that goes in the middle, goes standard recipe with entropy shard on opposite the greater wood log and an order shard opposite the diamond. It will also take 8 herba, 8 meto and 8 terra. And this is again all done in the infusion altar. This will then give you this beautiful item here, if it'll ever give it to me, which I don't think it will, so we're going to grab our own. Right, and we'll look in the book for this one real quick. By merging the Why do I keep reading that bit? When used to till feeds, it will till a 3x3 area instead of just a single block. Again, if you hold shift, it will do the single blocks for you because that's what a hoe does. When used to crops, what? When used on crops or other plants, it acts as bone meal to promote its growth, though at a higher cost to its durability. It might even be able to grow plants that normal bone meal can't. If shift is held, blah blah blah. So this one is really, really cool. Another one that I very much use a lot. If we quickly run over here. Bang, 3x3 area. Bang, 3x3 area. Absolutely fantastic, this one. I love it so much. But yes, like it was also saying there as well, it'll also grow things that normal ones can. If we have a look over here, we've got some 5 seeds. Proper little farmer's tool this. So you can bone meal it, use yourself a little bit of magic, and there you go, you got some fully grown crops there. Fantastic. But you can do that with normal bone meal, so it's no big whoop there really. The one where it comes a big whoop is the silverwood saplings. These things cannot be done with, let's just have a look real quick. Let's quickly grab ourselves a little bit of the bone meal. If we place this one down here, you'll see that we can't actually bone meal this thing. Even if I go into thingy, it won't actually let me bone meal it at all. Hoa growth though, there, done, tree grown. The only way to grow these things instantly is with a Hoa of growth. Well, that I know of. I think there's some blood magic things, but Thaumcraft is the Thaumcraft way is the Hoa growth to grow these things quickly. There's no vanilla way of doing it. They will obviously grow naturally on their own, but it will take a while. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys today. I just want to give you guys a little oversight of the really cool tools that you can get in the mod. Like I said, you got one sword, you got your basic tools there, and obviously we've got the bone bow over here, and all the different kinds of elemental arrows. That's going to probably be done in the next episode. So next episode we're going to go over all of this stuff. And the episode after that we're going to be going over the fortress armor, I believe. Where did that go? There. Thaumium Fortress Thigh Guards. So this is all the fortress armor. Is this enchanted stuff? I can't remember why I'm doing this. Right, okay, I've done this wrong. Basically, you can make Thaumium armor as well, just like you can with that, and then it all works like that. So I'll change it over before I do that episode, and there's 3 different things I want to show you guys here, which I still have to make myself first, before I can show you guys anything. But so next episode, we're going to go over the bone bow and all the different elemental arrows. Episode after that, we're going to go through the different Thaumium armor types. Void stuff will be coming later on. It's going to have its own separate videos and sections, all on Void. We've got some arcane stuff here that we're going to be getting into as well. Arcane lamps. These are really, really cool little things. And then we've got lamp of fertility and lamp of breeding. I think, I can't remember. Oh, sorry, that's the lamp of fertility and that's the lamp of growth. My bad, I got that the wrong way around. And in that episode, we'll also cover these little miscellaneous items as well. These are really, really cool little nifty things that you can play with. But that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. So I hope you guys have learned something from that. I hope you guys have found it useful. Really, really cool tools to be playing with in Thaumcraft. I'm just 100% hoping it gets added to mod source very, very soon, because I do love this mod, and I know I would abuse it so much within the game. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.